what we have is a conspiracy. Kay, okay? Gets? So, ma-propose pa lang ang isa ka tao, that is proposal. If may second nga tao nga mag-agree, nga obrahon din na ang krimen, then we have conspiracy. What are the requisites of proposal to commit a felony? 1. That a person is decided to commit a felony, and that 2. He proposes its execution to some other person. There is no criminal proposal when 1. The person who proposes is not determined to commit the felony, or kisaiban mga joke, and 2. There is no decided, concrete, and formal proposal, or dumahambal-hambal pa lang, there is no commitment to actually commit it. And 3, it is not the execution of a felony that is proposed. So, dapat ang ni-propose yung obrahon is ang krimen man nga gin-discuss pa kagina, which are treason, coup d'etat, rebellion, insurrection, or sedition. So, kung nag-propose siya to murder somebody, that is not yet a crime. If nag-propose naman siya to commit treason, then that automatically is a crime. So, dapat lang galing buo na or hapos na obrahon ang proposal kay na formulate na sa iya utok kung paano yun na i-commit. Pero kung maghambal-hambal siya, makommit kita treason, that's not yet proposal. These are the elements. He has decided to commit a felony and that he proposes its execution and that it is concrete and formal. Next, what are the requisites of conspiracy to commit a felony? First, 2 or more persons come to an agreement. That is very important. Basta conspiracy, dapat may agreement. There is an agreement, there is a meeting of the minds of 2 or more persons. Second, the agreement pertains to commission of a felony. And third, the execution of the felony was decided upon. Already, ginistoryahan na nila kung paano nila obrahon ang krimen kag nain-agrihan na nila. Note, there must be a participation in the criminal resolution because simple knowledge thereof by a person may only make him liable as an accomplice. So, ano ginanamin sina? Dapat, kung nag-agree ka mo nga duwa nga obrahon yung ang krimen, balaan yung mo duwa kung paano ka mo mag-participate sa krimen. So, if there is a second person, he must be participating. He must have participated or nag-contribute siya kung paano ninyo obrahon ang krimen. Nga, kung namati lang siya, or nagkabalo lang siya, wala lang siya nanugid, hindi siya necessarily a direct principal. Ano lang siya, accomplice lang. Balaan niya lang nga obrahon mo ang krimen, kag wala lang siya nanugid. He is not part of the criminal resolution, hence he is not liable as a conspirator. Bala nyo, kung may conspiracy, ang liabilities ng isa, palarihos na sa liabilities ng iba niya nag-agreement sa iya. But, if balaan lang sa isa ka tawo nga may matabo ang krimen, kag simple, wala lang siya nanugid, doesn't mean nga nag-participate siya sa pag-formulate or pag-solve or paghatag sa resolution kung paano obrahon ang crime. Hindi siya direct principal, accomplice lang siya sa crime. So, there must be one person who says, let's commit the crime, and the other person who says, sige, we will. How will we do that? Hindi to formulate it, dapat yung istoryahan nila nga tuha. Why? What do we mean when we say he is an accomplice? So this will be discussed in Article 17, Article 18, and Article 19. So, ang persons nga liable sa isa ka crime could either be principals or those who take a direct part in the execution of the act. Those who force or induce others to commit it, sila mismo ang nag-perform sa act. Or he could be an accomplice. Accomplices under Article 18 are those persons who not being included in Article 17, meaning those who are not direct principals cooperate in the execution of the offense by previous or simultaneous acts. Nag-cooperate lang sila, hindi sila ang nag-cause or ang main na rason nga natabo ang krimen. And Article 19, we have accessories or those nga nakabalo nga may nakomit nga krimen. And without having participated therein, hindi sila principal, hindi sila accomplice. May part sila subsequent to the commission ng crime or pagkatapos na sang crime, ginobra nila ang the following manners. 1. Nag-profit sila or nag-assist sa offender to profit with the effects of the crime. For example, may ginkawat si A. Pagkawat ni A, nabalaan ni B yung nagawat si A, baligya ni B ang ginkawat ni A. Then he's already an accessory to the crime. By concealing or destroying the body of the crime, balaan ni A, napatay ni A si C, nabalaan ni B nga pinatay ni A si C, Si B, gintago ay ang lawas ni C. Then, he's already an accessory to the crime. And by harboring, concealing, or assisting in the escape of the principals of the crime, kung nibuligan mo ang tao na commit ng krimen, na makalagyo, then you are an accessory. We will discuss this later on when we reach 17, 18, and 19 of the Revised Penal Code. So, anong relevance na sa atong discussion subong? Pag na-commit gani ang conspiracy, dapat kamutanan considered na principal. Kay gin-agrihan ninyo nga obrahon na siya. So, ang act sang isa is ang act sang tanan. Ang liability sang isa is liability sang tanan. So, there are two types of conspiracy. The first one is conspiracy as a felony, which is as a felony, conspirators do not need to actually commit treason, rebellion, insurrection, or etc. It being sufficient that two or more persons agree and decide to commit it. So, mo naging istoryahan ta kagina. As long as nag-agree sila nga obrahon nila ang treason, rebellion, insurrection, hindi kinanglan nga may ginobra sila nga overt act in order to commit treason, rebellion, insurrection. Ang mere nga pag-insindihanay or ang mere nga pag-propose nga maobra sa treason, rebellion, or insurrection, it is already a crime. That is already a conspiracy that is a crime. But the second type of conspiracy is a conspiracy as a manner of incurring criminal liability. As a manner of incurring criminal liability, if they commit treason, rebellion, etc., they will be held liable for it. And the conspiracy which they had before committing the crime is only a manner of incurring criminal liability, not a separate offense. So, ito pabudla, itchindihol, ano ginamining sina? Kagina, ang pag-intindihanay pa lang, that is already a conspiracy, that is a crime. Here, when you say as a manner of incurring criminal liability, may natabo na nga krimen. Okay, so they already committed the treason, rebellion, insurrection, the other crimes that we mentioned, or this also includes murder, rape, na commit na siya. Ano lang ang ma-effect sila nga nag-conspiracy sila? Ang effect is ang liability sa isa is ang liability sang tanan. So kung ano obrahon ni A kag ni B kag ni C sa ila gin-agrihan nga pagpangawat, kung si B lang to ang nagpatay sa tag-iya sa balay nga ila nga ginsulod, ang liability ni B sa pagpatay, liability man ni A kag ni C nga akay nag-agree sila nga mangawat sila. So the effect of that agreement is that the liability of one is the liability of all. That's why we call it the conspiracy is a manner of incurring criminal liability. Hindi siya crime in itself. Okay? Kay dire na natabo na ang krimen. It is only a manner of looking kung anong liability sa isa ka tawo. So, two conspiracies under the revised penal code. Conspiracy alone is a felony, and conspiracy as a manner of incurring criminal liability where the crime has already been committed. Okay, so now we proceed with our questions. Just so we see the application of our discussion. So for our first question, on an easy level, A, B, and C conspired to commit rebellion against the government. Then they were arrested. They were charged of conspiracy to commit rebellion. Are they liable as charged? So the answer is yes, they are liable as charged because conspiracy to commit rebellion is a crime by itself, as we have previously mentioned. It is punished under Article 136 of the Revised Penal Code. Just by the mere act of conspiring, they are already criminally liable. Conspiracy to commit rebellion is a crime by itself. No overt act is needed to be performed by them in order that they can be held criminally liable. Again, these are the cases wherein conspiracy alone will make you liable. To commit treason, to commit coup d'etat, rebellion, or insurrection, or to commit sedition. You can look up the definitions of these crimes, but I would suggest hindi na kinahanglan this kasi we'll discuss this in your criminal law too. But basically, these are crimes against national security. So if you see that the conspiracy is treason, coup d'etat, rebellion, or insurrection, or sedition, then automatically that is already a criminal conspiracy. Second question. In this case, A, B, and C conspired to commit robbery. After they have come out with the agreement, the police arrested them. Are they liable for conspiracy to commit robbery? No. They are not liable for conspiracy to commit robbery. Their act of planning to commit robbery is only a preparatory act. The conspiracy here is only a means to commit the crime. It is not a crime by itself. There is no such crime as conspiracy to commit robbery. Balikan nyo ha, only treason, coup d'etat, rebellion, or sedition. So, conspiracy to commit robbery, conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to commit rape, etc., 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 are not criminal conspiracies. So, ang pag-agree lang nila nga mga awat sila is not necessarily criminal without an overt act to prove that there was an intended criminal act. Hence, the offenders are not criminally liable. For them to be liable, it is necessary that they must perform an overt act relating to robbery, for at least they will be liable for attempted robbery. Let's go now to the medium level. First question. A, B, and C agreed and decided to injure X. So, nag-agree sila nga sa gito nila si X. They found X so rude and boastful, and therefore, to humble X, they decided to injure him. And so A, B, and C encircled X, and all of them simultaneously and repeatedly boxed X and kicked him until he fell on the ground. So, nag-agree sila nga sa kito nila si X, ginbantayan nila si X, pagkita nila kay X, tatlo sila, sumbag nila kagin sipa, hasta nga natumba si X sa salo. Ano ang crime nga liable sila? A, B, and C are all criminally liable as conspirators for the crime of physical injuries. They agreed to injure X and they actually committed a said act. Pero mamambal mo, wala man bala conspiracy to commit physical injuries. Ano ginanamin ta dire? This is now an application of the second type of conspiracy, which is the means for incurring criminal liability. Why? Because a crime has already been committed. So the crime committed is physical injuries. A conspiracy now is only looked at to see na ang ila liability is the same. So, the crime committed is not conspiracy to commit physical injuries. The crime committed is physical injuries. Because physical injuries has already been committed, lang taon tas buong ano liabilities ang tatlo. So, now we're talking about their liability. So, since their liability um, or since they conspired to commit the crime together, their liability is the same. So they are all liable as conspirators, they are all liable as principals, okay, for the crime committed.